What's happening, my fellow wrestling fans? I'm Darian James, accompanied by my son here, my soon-to-be 10-month-old son, in about, 3-4 days. On the 6th, he'll be 10 months. He refuses to let me put him down. I've tried to put him in his crib about 5 times tonight, and he ain't going. So he's gonna accompany me in this review of SummerSlam 2025, Night 1. I just got finished watching it because I had to work and I didn't want to keep pausing it and stopping and starting it and stopping and starting it and all of that. So I had to wait till I got home, wait till I got to the crib to watch it. And very interesting SummerSlam. This is a lot different than the one from last year, I believe. The most predictable SummerSlam of all time. Like, I predicted everything on that card, like from the turns to the run-ins to the championship changes to everything. Like, literally, I was telling my homeboys, my 2 homeboys I watch all the big shows with, like, man, I know everything that's about to happen, and I got it down to a T. This SummerSlam was not that predictable at all, and I loved it, except for what happened at the end, but we'll get to that. So let's start out with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. What I thought should have happened was Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker going over, because they're the ones that are in the group, and I felt like, this is literally Roman Reigns' first match since WrestleMania. The dude doesn't even wrestle but 3 times a year. And, it's a new day, no pun intended. And I felt like they really needed this win, and they lost. Great match, cool, fun little tag team match. I felt like the wrong team won. I love Jey Uso. Everybody knows I love Jey Uso. That's my guy. I got Yeet hoodies and all of that. And I liked him, and I wanted him to be world champion even when my other friends didn't. So it's nothing against him. It's just that I feel like if they are the power team, they need to have a run with the tag team titles. They need to win big matches. They lost this match, but good match. Next match on the card, the females of the Judgment Day, the reigning and defending tag team champions, Roxanne Perez, and, I'm forgetting her name. And I'm not gonna edit this either. Roxanne Perez and what's her name? She got the Tejada Bomb as a finisher. It's gonna come to me. But Charlotte and Alexa challenged the Judgment Day for the women's tag team titles, and I thought that Judgment Day should have retained, and they did not. And that kind of surprised me. I know that Charlotte and Alexa are catching fire as a tag team, and everybody's cheering for Charlotte. I don't cheer for racists. Hopefully this doesn't get my video flagged or, but it is what it is. Y'all can look it up. Charlotte is racist. And this is a common theme tonight. A lot of racist wrestlers won, and I don't like that at all. I felt like, again, the wrong team won, but I'm not going to complain about it too much. Cool match, entertaining match, wrong team won. Next, you had Sami Zayn against Karrion Kross, and the stipulation for the match didn't even get honored at the end of the match, which was crazy. Karrion Kross wanted Sami to say, Kross was right, and if Sami won, Kross was supposed to say something. That didn't happen. That was kind of weird. I felt like Kross really needed to win this match, and he did not win. Crazy. Sami, they call him Sammy Hogan online, because they say he always beat people that he don't need to beat, and he always wins when he should lose. Sammy was amazing when he first started in NXT, and his moveset was cool. His moveset is okay now. He keeps, I need to be a world champion. I need to be a world champion. I'm sorry, I don't see Sami Zayn as world championship material. I just don't. I feel like Cross should have won, and he lost. And so that's like, yeah, the first three matches, I felt like the wrong team, wrong person won. Raquel Rodriguez, it just came to me. That's crazy. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez lost the titles to Charlotte and Alexa. It just came to me. I knew it was going to come to me. I told y'all. Yeah, so you got, those are the first three matches. The fourth match, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Now, it's crazy to me, once again, I'm about to bring up the race card, and I know there's going to be some people in the comments, oh, you black people need to get over racism. No, we don't. We don't, especially not when it keeps happening to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to dwell on the past, but it's a whole nother thing to talk about what continues to happen. And Tiffany Stratton put up a video hitting Jade Cargill, who was that sometime last year, like right before she won the Money in the Bank. And she want to act like she didn't know that the audio in the video was calling Jade Cargill a black bitch when she was hitting her in the video with a bunch of laughing emojis. Why would you put a bunch of laughing emojis in the video and post something without listening to it? You knew what you said. You knew what the video said. And when you get called out on your racism, now all of a sudden you want to act like, oh, I didn't know. And a few weeks ago, Tiffany Stratton got called out again, this time displaying racism toward a black dude, calling a black dude in the audience a boy. And if you don't know you're not supposed to call a black man a boy in 2025, then shame on you. You need to go to racist sensitivity training or something, or you just need to just be a decent person. I don't tolerate racism, and it's not something that I'm going to tolerate. And I'm going to encourage my kids, to not deal with it either. So I thought it's crazy how Tiffany Stratton could call Jade Cargill a black bitch, act like she didn't do it, and then beat her and go over clean on SummerSlam. It's just a shame. I'm not going to stop watching wrestling because I've been watching wrestling since like 98, 99, since I was like 9, 10 years old. It's always been a part of my life. It's always going to be a part of my life. I got the games. I had the action figures. I got wrestling hats. I got everything except for championship belts, which I'm probably going to start getting into soon. It's just a shame to me that Tiffany can get away with this and still be champion. And it's a shame that, Triple H, who I think is a racist as well, that Mr. I don't see color. And, it's funny, Cody Rhodes said once upon a time he was one of those people who said he didn't see color. And then his black wife told him, if you don't see color, you don't see my struggle. And Cody has since amended his thought process. Unfortunately, Triple H still feels that way, but whatever. Match was okay. Match was decent. Wasn't a bad match at all. I just felt like the wrong person won. Once again, I felt like the wrong person won. These first, 4 matches? I felt like the wrong person or team won. Common theme with this SummerSlam. Next, you got Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Finally, I felt like the right winner won. There's no way I felt like Jelly Roll and Randy Orton should have beat Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Jelly Roll was, crazy for taking that bump, that frog splash on the table. That was just sick. It's not like he wowed me with his performance, but he wowed me with his heart and his determination and willingness to do whatever it took to the best of his ability. And for that, I salute and commend him. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Solid match for what it was. The right team won. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul should have won, and they won. So now you get to the main event. You're not going to find a bigger CM Punk fan than me. I love CM Punk. I've always, literally from day one, that I saw him. I got introduced to him in WWE. I'm not big on the indies, not saying that I don't like or respect it. I've just always been a WWE and WCW guy. Like, I wasn't even watching TNA like that. I saw it here and there, and I tried to watch AEW here and there, but, you know, when I first started watching wrestling, you know, I got into the cruiserweight division in WCW. Mind you, I was 8, 9 years old. And so I would flick the channel back and forth between WWE and WCW when they both came on Mondays. And I, you know, that's how I got into it. And, you know, that's what happened. So my first introduction to CM Punk was WWE's version of ECW. His very first match against Justin Credible when he won with the Anaconda Vice, and he started off, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I'm straight edge. And I could relate because, you know, I was a teenager when CM Punk first came to WWE. And to this day, I'm not a big drinker. You know, I'm what they call a social drinker, but I don't, you know, drink every week or every month or none of that stuff. I've never been drunk a day in my life. I've been buzzed, I've been tipsy, but, you know, I rarely drink. And I've never done like hard drugs or any type of drugs a day in my life. I accidentally took something that had some like a weed, like some honey that had like some weed in it by accident before, but I've never smoked anything or popped any pills. So I could relate to CM Punk when he was talking about that. And so that's what drew me to him. And even though I've become a social drinker, CM Punk has still always been my guy. It hurt me when he left wrestling for that, 10 years. He had me paying attention to AEW because he's my guy. I was excited when he came back to WWE. I say all that to say, I feel like, once again, the wrong guy won the match. I feel like there's no way that Punk should have beat Gunther, but I understand because of what happened at the end of the match, why it happened. I'm in no way, shape, or form crapping on CM Punk. I love Punk. That's my guy. I'm just very surprised that, you know, he lost to Gunther, and I'm very surprised that Punk beat Gunther, and he beat him clean. And, you know, I was shocked. And, you know, and then at the end of the match, another racism alert. I feel like, you know, when Seth Rollins came out and, is he injured? Is he not injured? Oh, he took the crutch off. He took all the stuff off, and he ran to the ring and he cashed in and beat CM Punk in 5 minutes or less. You know, well, beat him, and CM Punk's reign was only about 5 minutes as World Heavyweight Champion. You know, I feel like the CM Punk Gunther match was decent. It wasn't like a classic or an amazing match or anything like that, but it was decent, you know what I'm saying? The cash in was okay, but I'm in no way, shape, or form a Seth Rollins fan. Seth Rollins is on video calling black men boys. The black guy in question was wrong. He tackled Seth Rollins, and he, you know what, jumped a barricade or something like that and attacked him. But, you know, when somebody is mad and pissed off, you see who they really are. And he up here, yeah, boy, come on, boy. You know, so him and Tiffany Stratton think it's okay to call black men boys, and that's just crazy to me. On top of Seth Rollins, you know, you can ask Bret Hart. Seth Rollins does not take care of people in the ring. He gave Damian Priest a concussion and knocked him out during their World Heavyweight Championship match. He ended Sting's WWE career, messed his head up on the monitor. He broke John Cena's nose in the match. And I'll never forget him for what he did to Finn Balor. I mean, I could forgive him, but because I'm a Christian man, but I will never like him for what he did to my boy Finn Balor, which is, you know, not take care of him, was reckless with him, caused him to only be Universal Champion for one day, and Finn Balor ain't never been the same ever since that. He's never come close to the World Heavyweight Championship or Universal title or WWE Championship. He's had opportunities, but it's like once Seth Rollins hurt him, they lost faith in him. And every single time Finn Balor and Seth Rollins have fought each other, whether it be a tag team match, triple threat match, one-on-one match, Finn Balor is always counting the lights. Like, why does he get punished for what Seth did to him and what Seth continues to do to other people, which is not take care of them in the ring? The job of a wrestler is to make it look as real as possible without actually hurting somebody. And, you know, Bret Hart got a whole thing up about how he feels like, you know, Seth isn't a great wrestler, how he don't take care of people. And all Seth would say was, oh, it hurts when somebody you admire talks about you like that, instead of saying, damn, he's right. Maybe I need to go back to NXT and learn how to be a wrestler and take care of people. Or maybe I need to just be more mindful of what I'm doing in the ring. He don't own up to his stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I was not happy. It was a shocker when he limped out there, and, you know, then he took, you know, he dropped the crutches and he took the stuff off and he ran to the ring. And I think the whole thing was tacky. So you mean to tell me you lose to LA Knight on purpose and fake an injury just to win the World Heavyweight Championship the next month? Like, that's crazy. And like I said, I would never be a Seth Rollins fan. So if I had to give SummerSlam 2025 Night 1 a letter grade, I would give it a D. I'm not happy with nothing. I mean, you know, the fan in me is happy that CM Punk once again became world champion, even though I felt like Gunther should have won the match. The fan in me is happy, but like that's the only thing that I was happy about on the whole show. I just felt like the wrong people won, and, you know, it just didn't do it for me. With that being said, I will be tuned in for SummerSlam Night 2 tomorrow. Hopefully that's better. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts. And I know I'm going to face some backlash. It's going to be, oh, you know, you can't forgive people. It's hard to, you know, forget about things and they keep being, you know, thrown in your face. And so, yeah, those are my thoughts, man. Rock with it or don't. Y'all have a good one. Peace.